everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. Look at me filming again. Look at me with all this time. Today I am going to do my really simple sort of everyday foolproof makeup look. This is normally the makeup that I wear to work every day, put on when I kind of want to still feel put together, but I don't want to make too much of an effort. So I'm going to zoom you in and just get started on my skin. It is so hot in here. Okay, so my skin has already been moisturised, so I'm just going to go straight in with the Pharmacy Honey Grail oil. I spoke about this in my last video. I've been using it kind of sort of as like a primer, kind of primer oil sort of thing. Just works really nicely underneath my makeup. I do want that nice dewy skin finish today. This is going to be perfect for that. So I just want to start working that into the skin. What I've really liked doing recently is using one of these quartz rollers. So this is just a Revolution one. Just running it over your skin. Oh, I can't even explain how amazing this feels. And it's so hot in here that this is just so relaxing. This definitely helps you get a really glowy base before putting your makeup on. Obviously these increase the blood flow to your skin, so you get a really plump, dewy look. And they also feel so amazing. They make me really sleepy. I got to stop or I'm just gonna nod off. So when I am doing more of like a natural everyday look, I obviously want it to be a little bit quicker. So rather than applying a foundation all over my face, I tend to kind of just go into the areas that I feel like I need it with a concealer. Take the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This is the colour Custard. And I just take like a small fluffy brush. So this is one of the Killer Impression brushes. And I just get a little bit on the brush, not too much product. I'm going to start kind of around my under eye area and just using really light pressure. What I love about this concealer, it's so easy to use. See, because it is a matte concealer, having that oil underneath it just really helps it glide onto the skin. I'm just using like really light pressure just to get a little bit of coverage underneath my eyes. And then I just take my finger and pat away any of the excess just so it doesn't build up underneath your eyes. You can see the difference already just from doing that. It's just lifted my whole face up. But once I've kind of concealed underneath my eyes, I'm not that bothered about coverage. Like the one step that always just makes me feel a little bit more alive, I guess. This is a really full coverage concealer as well, so I feel like when you use it with a fluffy brush it just gives you a much nicer finish. And I'm just going to run a little bit across my forehead just where I've got a couple of little spots at the moment, more just to cover the redness. Of course you can leave it like this if you just want something to really quickly and easily brighten up your skin and you don't necessarily want to make up all over your skin. This is like the absolute go-to product for doing that. But I have got like a few little breakouts at the moment and I'm just going to show you what I would do to add a little bit more coverage in other areas. Obviously that NARS concealer is a little bit lighter because I use it for brightening underneath my eyes. But if you do have a concealer that matches your skin tone perfectly, you can use that all over. I use the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Stick Foundation. I spoke about this in my favourites video a couple of months ago and I love this. I'm just going to take a kind of tapered foundation brush and just take a little bit off the top of the stick. Stick foundations I really don't like to kind of like draw the stripes on and then blend out, because whether it's obvious straight away or not, you are always going to get a little bit more build up in the areas that you swiped it. So yeah, I think just applying it to a brush you have a little bit more control of the coverage. I'm literally just going to start really lightly running that through the areas where I want a little bit more coverage. When I have breakouts, it's more about kind of just covering that redness a little bit. I've kind of accepted that my skin just like does its own thing and you can't really cover a spot for any length of time. I'm not even that bothered about it anymore. I used to really care so much, but like I'm a 21-year-old girl, like I'm definitely allowed to have a spot. It's really not an issue. I feel like the more product that you put over spots, it kind of ends up just sticking to it, and for me it just makes them look worse. So yeah, just embracing the skin as it is. Still looks really like your normal skin. You can definitely still see your like imperfections through it and stuff, which personally I quite like. But yeah, it's just kind of evened everything out, made a really nice base for kind of wherever you want to go with your makeup from here. I feel like products like that, where they're like a cream or a stick formula, way easier to use slightly less of. I think with liquid coverage products you always end up using quite a lot when you actually don't really need to all the time. That's it for the base makeup. I'm not going to apply any more coverage products to it. I'm just going to go into like bronzing and putting a bit of blush on. So now, just to warm my skin up a little bit and add a little bit of dimension back in, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in Macchiato. I use this pretty much all the time for bronzing, and I just use a Fenty angled brush starting at the cheekbones to warm my skin up with this. Okay, very simple. Quite a thin layer of that just to add a little bit more colour back into my skin. Okay, so now moving on to blush. Obviously I'm literally obsessed with blushes. It's like one of my favourite skin steps. I think it just makes you look so radiant and it really pulls everything together. Yesterday I did receive a package from KKW Beauty. Never really know like what the kind of consensus is with the Kardashians. Their makeup brands aren't particularly big over here. I wasn't really sure whether to use this or not. But yeah, I opened up the package. This was the one thing that was kind of really standing out to me. If you would really rather there were certain people's brands I didn't use, of course there's a few very obvious ones who I will never feature on here. But yeah, just let me know, whatever. But this is one of the blush duos. This is the Classic Peach. So when you open it up, it looks like this. So obviously the peachy tones are just my favourite thing in the whole world. So this one is matte and this one is shimmery. I would use the term shimmery quite loosely. It looks pretty matte to me. I have got my Fenty one right next to me because I just think if this all goes wrong, we can always rely on Rihanna, can't we? So start with the shimmery one, just to see what the kind of colour payoff is like, and then if I need to build it up I can use the slightly deeper one. So I'm just going to take that bottom colour and I'm just going to start. Ooh. Oh, it's actually really pretty. Excuse me. Who are you barking at? Excuse me. I really like the colour actually. It's quite subtle, but it's like enough. Watching one of Nicki Makeup's videos the other day, obviously she is like an absolute saint at makeup. She's amazing and her skin is like one of my favourite sort of aspects of the makeup she does. And there was one look she did and I thought, wow, that's really interesting. It's made this girl look so beautiful and flushed and she just looked amazing. And she said actually bringing the blush kind of underneath your eyes and across your nose more, just that beautiful wintry flushed look. Because I love when you're out and it's really cold and you come in and your cheeks and your nose are all flushed and it just looks so nice. So yeah, I'm going to go a little bit more across the nose with this today. I know some people really don't like this look. I never used to be 100% sure on the look I'm doing today. It works really nicely. Yeah, I actually really like that blush. I've only used that lighter colour. If I feel like I need to add more, I'll come back and put that slightly deeper colour on later. But I'm just going to do my brows really quickly. I'm going to use the Refy products again. These will probably be the brow products I'm using until the end of time now. So just running the brow sculpt through my brows just to kind of fix them in position. I'm just going to take the teeny tiny little pencil and I'm just going to start filling the gaps in my brows in. Every time a dog barks about 8 miles in the distance, I'm just waiting for Basil to start. Don't do it. Do not do it. Yeah, so I actually think I can go back to work next week, which is crazy. Not Thursday, which is tomorrow. What tier we're going to be in Brighton. But yeah, apparently no matter what tier you're in, the tattoo shops can open. So either way, I should be going back to work next week, which is so exciting. Just really miss everyone. I miss my friends. It has definitely been quite nice being at home a bit. It's given me a lot more time to get on with things I've been putting off for ages and stuff. But yeah, definitely found it way harder this time than the first lockdown. I think that's probably the same for a lot of people just because of the weather and, you know, just thinking we could go back before Christmas, because I think I'm not particularly like a Christmassy person. I really try to get into it, but it doesn't happen for me. I feel like being at work and being around other people in like the build up to Christmas really gets me like borderline festive. And the past few years since I met Luca, I've kind of enjoyed it a little bit more because he like loves Christmas. So yeah, I try and get into it, but it's a lot of build up, isn't it, for not a lot. That's what I look forward to, is eating cheese, because obviously I'm heavily lactose intolerant, but at Christmas I just think, who cares? No one can judge me. It's Jesus' birthday. I'm going to eat the whole cheese board. Yes, I am. Instant regret. So yeah, basically that's what Christmas is to me. Brows are done. I'm going to zoom you in and go onto my eyes. I actually don't think I'm going to do anything particularly special. So normally I would just curl my lashes and chuck some mascara on, which I am going to do. But first of all, I'm going to take from the Nabla Cosmetics Side by Side Nude Palette. I really love this. I think it's a really, really nice palette. I'm going to take this shimmery colour here. This is called Body and Soul. And just using my finger, I'm just going to pat it sort of inner portion of the eyelid, just to give a little bit of a lift. Really pretty. They like catch the light really nicely, giving a little bit of a glow, and also really helps kind of emphasize the colour on the cheeks. Where this has got a slightly pinky kind of undertone to it, it really suits the nice blushy, no makeup, but it's taken me 45 minutes look. I think that's literally all I'm going to do on the eyes today. I'm just going to curl my lashes and put some mascara on. I feel like sometimes if I just have nothing on my eye, it makes everything look really dry. I don't know if it's just me, but having like a really matte, empty eyelid makes my whole face look dry. I don't know if that's probably just me being really weird, but yeah. So I think just adding like a little bit of like a shimmer, just to add that kind of wet look into the eyes as well. It obviously really complements the skin. I'm going to take the MAC Extreme Dimension mascara and apply that to my lashes. I'm literally just going to do that with the eyes. I had some of the Kiss lashes here, the ones that go underneath your lashes. I absolutely love those for like a natural everyday makeup look. They are perfect. But to be honest, I can't really be bothered to put them on, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. This is normally what I would do anyway. So now I'm just going to take my little I'm just going to pop my little freckles on. Obviously this is going to help with the really dewy, healthy, been outside sort of look, even though none of us have in about 3 months. So now moving on to lips, I'm going to go for like a really peachy nude just to pull everything together. The Nabla Close Up Lip Shaper in the colour Nude number 3. And I'm just going to line my lips with that. Look, like a really deep berry lip, looks amazing. I actually am currently in the market for a really deep sort of like purpley plummy lip colour. It's one of those things I keep googling it, but I don't actually know what I'm looking for, so it's just pointless every time. If anyone has any recommendations of that sort of colour, I'm not really fussy on the finish, I don't think. I quite like the idea of like a glossy one, but I don't really know yet. Sort of berry colours that anyone has and really loves, please let me know, because the thought of like a deep berry lip with this eye makeup is making me feel emotional. For lip colour, this is like an absolute old favourite of mine, and this is the Nude Sticks in the Nude. So this is actually an all over face colour, I think they're called. So you can use it for like blush, eyeshadow, literally use it for anything. But this colour is so beautiful. So I'm literally just going to take my finger on the end of there, and I'm just going to pat it on my lip. See, that is like the perfect lip colour to pull everything together. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that blush that I have on, and just pat a little bit in the centre just to really tie everything together. Nude Sticks colours are like pretty matte, but if you do have a blush that's like a similar colour to your lip shade, obviously patting that over will create a matte lip. So yeah, really good way of tying everything together and keeping your lip colour on. Now set everything in place with the Lottie London Dewy Setting Spray. And that is the finished makeup look. I'm going to go on to my hair now, and then I'll kind of show you everything all together at the end, because I can't take myself seriously with this hair. So for my hair today, I never normally do hair because I just can't do it. Yeah, I got one of these mermaid hair waver sort of tool things. This is from Bondi Boost, and I've heard really good things about this. A lot of the people that I follow have used this on their hair. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'm only going to do the top layer because I'm lazy, and who's going to see the back? No one. Hair in the middle. Just going to give it a good brush all over, get any knots out. And this is the Tangle Teezer detangling wet brush. This is like the best brush I've ever used. Makes my hair feel really soft. Before we do anything, I'm going to use the GHD heat protectant spray, and I'm just going to spray that all over my hair. Okay, so at the moment my hair is just naturally sort of air dried, so there's some bits that are a little bit straighter, some bits are a bit crinkly, the whole lot. Send you a glove in the thing because it's obviously very hot and easy to burn yourself on, but who needs gloves when you've got faith, eh? Let's just take this section. You can take pretty big sections because obviously it's massive, this thing. And yeah, you just want to take it and then push the hair into it and then clamp it down. Just hold it for like 5 to 10 seconds, you don't need to hold it for that long. And then release it and then move down to the next bit. Heavy, it's quite weighty, I will say that, but I mean, I feel like it has to be this size. Let it go, you get these beautiful mermaidy waves. So yeah, really love this. You're just going to do these like top bits because I'm lazy. It really suits this sort of makeup look as well. It's very like beachy on holiday, which I am absolutely not. I mean, definitely be careful with this, it is pretty hot. I don't actually even have a mirror, I'm just doing this in the camera, so that's a high risk strategy. There we go, I've literally only done like the top layer, just so you can see quickly how it works. I like that tool actually, it's like a really quick and easy way of creating just really effortless waves, especially if you've got really thick or long hair, it's going to be like a lifesaver. Yeah, I really like how the hair and makeup looks together, it's very like, I go to college. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom back in and show you the makeup close up because I know you all like to see the pores and shit. Definitely much more presentable now the hair's done. It was giving me big Princess Anne vibes. So that is the finished look for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. This is just one of my favourite makeup looks ever. I think it's so simple and it just always looks really great and it always makes you feel like really good. Still feel really like yourself, but it's just a little... kind of you but better sort of makeup look. So this jumper is from my friend Saffron's new In The Style collection. I think it's probably sold out now, but yeah, I really like it. I like wearing blue, I feel like a lady. As always, all the products I have used today will be linked in the description box down below. Yeah, that's all I think. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the week. It's only Wednesday. Oh my god. Okay, well that's depressing. Have a lovely rest of the week and I'll be back very soon. Love you.